Welcome to the Academic Success Crash Course series presented by the Office of Academic Skills at Washington College. Today's video is Setting Goals for a New Semester, and we will go into detail about why setting goals is beneficial and how to do it most effectively. When you're setting goals, you can think about them in terms of long-term or short-term, but the short-term goals should build up to the long-term goal. If your goal is to earn a 3.0 GPA this semester, then maybe you have a short-term goal of earning a B+ or better on the first assignment in each of your classes, and you set another goal to use tutoring 3 times before the first test in 2 of your classes. When you have a big goal in mind, like a 3.0 GPA, and you have already set up the steps you need to get there, the path is clear. This helps you avoid, or at least minimize, procrastination because you know what you want and what you need to do to meet a goal. It's concrete, especially if it's written down, so it promotes accountability. It also helps you prioritize, because as a college student, you are busy. You have a lot of things going on. If you need to split your time between 2 classes one day, you can think about which class has a goal attached that is more pressing or more difficult to meet. It can also help motivate you to prioritize certain schoolwork or activities over other things and gives you the confidence to share that with other people. Say your friends are planning on doing something Wednesday afternoon. Maybe it's just go grab coffee at Evergreen or going up to Middletown, playing video games, whatever. You want to hang out with them, but you can also tell them, thanks for the invite, but I'm really working towards that 3.0 this semester. And to do that, I have to make it to this tutoring appointment I have scheduled, and then I'd really like to go see Dr. So-and-so during their office hours, so I can't make it. Setting goals is also motivational because it helps you attach a reason why to everything. Just like I was just talking about, why are you doing a tutoring appointment instead of playing video games with your friends? Because you have a test coming up in a couple of weeks and you want to make sure you meet your goal of getting an A to build a solid foundation for your GPA this semester. Internal motivation, such as meeting a goal you set for yourself, is the most powerful type of motivation. When should I set my goals? The best time to set academic goals is the beginning of the semester. Firstly, because you can do it with a clear head and hopefully think really rationally about the course load you have and other things like that. Second, it's because you're not limiting yourself. If you've already fallen behind in class with either your actual grades or just with keeping up with the material, you may be limited to how much progress you can actually make. That doesn't mean you shouldn't set goals then, but it's always better to set goals, and even better to set them early. You should update your big goals, revamp your little goals that help you meet the big ones. Maybe at midterms, you see that you have 2 A's and 2 B's. You should raise that goal to continue to challenge yourself and motivate yourself to keep up the good work. Or maybe you don't do well on the first chemistry test, and even though you met with a tutor weekly, you might revisit your goal for the grade in the class, or you might want to add more smaller goals to help you reach your original goal or a new one. Set goals anytime, but continue to self-check on them. This is a great place to include short-term goals. After your first 2 papers in English, are you on track to earn the grade you set a goal on? Again, if not, you may need to adjust the smaller goals that are building to it, or evaluate if the bigger goal was realistic in the first place. This is also a good time to talk to your professor about your grade and how to meet your goal. Did I mention that setting goals is a great way to start a conversation with your professor? So how do I make goals? Start by setting areas you want to focus on. Goals you set this semester don't just have to be about school, it can be personal goals to take better care of yourself physically and or mentally. It can be goals about your professional aspirations. Maybe your goal is to get into law school or medical school, and you break that down into GPA goals for each semester, an MCAT score, and medical fieldwork or observation experience, and you set goals that lead up to each of those each semester. Because that's the next thing after you set your focus and think about your big picture goals. Whether that's a year or semester, once you have those, think about some milestones, grades on certain assignments, things you're going to do to meet those goals, like studying a certain number of hours each week, or reviewing material each day, using a tutor weekly, visiting faculty office hours weekly, etc., things like that. As you set your big goals, and your smaller goals that will build to the big ones, make sure to be SMART. That stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Your goals should be specific, not just, I want to do well this semester or I want to do better. Be specific about how you're going to know if you achieve that goal, like setting an actual GPA number. That also means it has to be measurable, right? If you want to earn a 3.0 GPA this semester, that's much stronger than just saying, I want to do well. Therefore, you're more likely to achieve it rather than having a vague goal. If you're taking 2 math classes and 3 lab courses and an internship, but math isn't really your strong suit, an attainable goal probably isn't to get an A in both of your math classes. Make sure that you have the resources to meet that goal. Resources in this case, and most cases in school, probably means time. Your goal should motivate you, and setting yourself up for a goal you're unlikely to meet will be unmotivational in the long run. Remember, you can always reevaluate if you've been rocking the exams, and you can increase your goal. Your goals need to be relevant. They need to matter to you and be about you and things you have control over. Finally, goals should be timely. Set a time limit. Academic goals naturally lend themselves to this because big goals normally culminate at the end of the semester or the end of the academic year. But make sure your smaller goals do too. Maybe it's something by week 5 in the semester, or something you're going to do each week or on a certain exam. If there isn't a time, you can't hold yourself accountable, and then you're much less likely to meet the goal. How do I achieve my goals? Here are some tips to help you achieve your goals. Write them down. Make it concrete. It helps to remind you, keep you accountable, and motivate you. And to really do that, you need to set them out somewhere visible, right above your workspace, on your planner, your phone or your computer background, or you could even set calendar or phone reminders. Adjust your goals and your behavior as needed. Circumstances change, and you may need to make your goals more realistic or kick it up a notch to keep challenging yourself. Believe in yourself that you can meet that goal and that you're able to do the things you need to do to meet that goal. Keep the goals challenging. Meeting an easy goal doesn't really achieve or prove anything. Finally, be accountable to yourself, to your goals, and if you need to, find a way to get external accountability from a friend or a parent or someone else to help motivate yourself. Goals are a great way to avoid procrastination and get motivated. Breaking down big goals into smaller chunks that are shorter-term goals and may seem more manageable is an important part of that. Set your goals early and reevaluate and adjust as often as necessary to keep propelling yourself forward. Be smart about your goals. Your goals should be specific, something you can really measure, something that's achievable for you. Goals need to be relevant to you and be about something you can control, and they need to be timely. Set a time limit so you hold yourself accountable, motivate yourself, and know when you can celebrate achieving your goals. If you would like to go into more detail, please visit the Office of Academic Skills webpage and make an appointment with an academic skills tutor.